Ayatu. My name is Eyerus. This is my YouTube channel doing Q&A for the first time, questions that are been submitted by you guys on Instagram, Facebook, and through email, and all the questions that I have received. I will be answering them at this moment, and I will be answering those questions that are directed to me. There are a lot of questions as well as topic suggestion that I should be covering that you guys have been submitted to me. I will do those gradually. However, today I'll be answering all the questions that you guys have asked me. I have all the questions in here. First, I wanted to thank everyone for taking their time into sending me all the questions. I'm really thankful. Thank you so much, and thank you for taking your time to participate. So let's dive in. The first question I have is, how old are you? I'm 28 years old. My birthday is on December 11. That makes me a Sagittarius. I am a true Sagittarius. Everything that says in there, I am there, literally. Summer or winter? This is kind of hard. I got introduced to winter once we moved to Canada, and I came from a country that's very warm and hot, especially the city that I was born in. So I love both weathers. Winter, I love the outfit, how fresh the outside seems to be, minus the sun. And however, I love summer most because I get to go outside and enjoy the outdoor in a warm weather where it reminds me back home. In winter for a break, it is really nice. I love the scarf, the layering of the clothes, the coats, the gloves, and the boots. Trying to keep warm. I love that. And of course, my favorite holidays in there, New Year and Christmas, and I love to celebrate them in white snow. Is it really your hair and your nails, and how often do you get them done? Yes, these are my nails and this is my hair. They are all mine. I just get a bio gel on my nails. I get them done maybe every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. I will get them done. As for my hair, I'll probably say 2 weeks. I do it by myself, and I don't wash it often. Once it gets kind of oily, I will start using a dry shampoo. But once the dry shampoo that I think it's enough, then I will move to just putting a ponytail or a bun and then keep it for at least a month. Does it get itchy? Sometimes, but I treat it at home with lots of oil and I'm fine. Yeah, this is my hair. I'm lucky. I don't do that much of stuff. I thank my mom and my grandmother for giving me a nice hair, and of course a big shout out to my sister for always taking care of my hair until I was 19, until I moved out of the house, literally from back home and then here. And then once I went away for university, that's when I started taking care of my hair. So thanks to my beautiful sister. Do you have siblings? Yes, I do have siblings. I have one sister and one older sister and one younger brother. My younger brother is in Ethiopia right now. He is in Gondar University. Shout out to Shalom. And my sister, who is right now in London, Ontario. Peace to her, and she has given me one nephew and one niece. Shout out to Danny and Grace. I see you have a daughter and you have a great relationship with her, and is it something that you've always wanted, or is it because you have a great relationship with your mother? Yes, I have a daughter. Her name is Deborah Bella Hojo, and she is 7 years old. She just turned 7 years old, and we celebrated her birthday at her birthday wish. I'm very proud of her so much. She decided to do fundraising for One Pack for One Child. They are located in Ethiopia. They support students with education package like notebook, pencil, pens, eraser, all the materials that are needed to start school. And she did that, and she raised $1,000 and sent that to Ethiopia. We're very proud of having a daughter like her. I do have a great relationship with her. Yes, it is something I have learned from my mother as well as my grandmother, who have invested a great deal of time with me, and of course my late auntie have done a great relationship in building me and making me the strong woman I am. Therefore, in our house, there's a mom, yes, there was a grandmother, and there was an auntie. However, our relationship, it wasn't like a superior and inferior kind of thing. It was all based on a good relationship, other older sister, or somebody that you can go to for any advice. So my relationship is based on my daughter, who I love so much. She's actually sitting here, and I will get her into as we go to the YouTube channel soon. When you first meet people, what is the first thing you instantly notice about them? Well, I love shoes. So the first thing I notice about anyone and everyone the minute I meet them is their shoes. Once I see their shoes, I will admire it. I probably not be listening to you on what you're saying, because I'm literally focused on your shoes. Apart from that, of course, what comes out of your mouth, how do you interact with me or with other people, what is your perspective on other people, and how do you handle your personality towards people, and how are you when it comes to communicating with me and with everyone else. So honesty is my best favorite thing. So yeah, shoes is my first thing. If you could wish anything or do anything, what would it be? If I could wish for something and that would actually happen, I'll wish for two things, and that is eliminating poverty from the world. Therefore, hunger needs to go away. We are capable of doing that. I do believe in the human being for removing that. And the second thing, if I could change, would be chronic illnesses or disease, because I have worked with a lot of people from age 0 to 105 years old, and I have seen the things it does to people. It's very painful for me to be there every day, so imagine how it is for them. And it's very challenging. We're grateful to be in Canada, in Toronto, to be able to partake in our healthcare, which is really fair compared to most of the countries out there. However, still, the government has to do a lot of work in that department, and I wish if I can take those two things away, especially from children, especially from seniors. However, I don't wish it on anyone, but those two individuals, age group, do suffer greatly, and it is very, very sad to see that, and I wish I can do that. What kind of person are you in a relationship? In a relationship, I'm very open. I do not like to go through personal belonging, whether that's a box that you put away in your social media through your phone or Facebook or anything, or going back in what you did or where you have gone. Those are the things I don't like to do. Therefore, I let you be, and it's your fault if our relationship ended. Not because that I'm being insecure or anything. I like to give you your space. I want you to have all the space that you need, and let's see where we're going, and I hope we'll get somewhere. That's my personality. That's my belief. I would like you to work hard. I would like to work hard myself. I will encourage you. I'll push you. I'll be there to support and to see the best version of yourself, for yourself and for us in the future. So very open mind, very respectful, very loving, I'm a hopeless romance when it comes to that. I love being pampered, and I do like to pamper the person that I'm with. So I'm very loving, and I love being in a relationship, and I'm grateful for what I have. I'm very happy. What advice do you have when it comes to a relationship? Don't sell yourself too much, meaning you are who you are, and that person should be able to take you for who you are. Let them discover you, and don't ever sell yourself short. That's what I'm trying to say, because you are worth every effort that they are putting. I'm not telling you to be difficult. I'm not telling you to be high maintenance. I'm telling you to be very realistic. Be honest for yourself and for the person that you are with, and always put God first, and then everything else will work out. And gradually you yourself will see the person that you are becoming. The person who is with you will see that. Therefore, your heart needs to be protected. Your time, your affection, your love, everything is very, very valuable when it comes to that relationship. So don't ever stress yourself over anything. If it meant to be, it will be. If it's not, that's a lesson. So next time when you move into the next relationship, on the amount of time that you needed to take and you are ready to move on, you have learned what needs to be learned from the past relationship, so you do not have to repeat it on this relationship, and you hope for a better. That's all. Relationship happens sometimes when we plan it, or sometimes it just happens out of the blue. So whenever it happens, be yourself. Live, enjoy. It should never be a stressful time. It should never be a crying time. It should be a well-balanced, a great relationship between you and your partner. And when you do choose that partner, remember the amount of time that you will be spending with that person, because you can't really get that back. You can't get back your money. You can't get back the things that you have lost. However, you can get your time. Your time is gone. Time is very irreplaceable. So every time that you're spending must be a good time. Even if there is a sad time in it, it's for a short time, and that you are supporting one another. It's never one person working so hard to keep that relationship, and instead two people are trying to be there for one another. Two people are trying to impress each other in a realistic way, and two people are there supporting one another, and two people are being there for each other. So that's what I tell you, and hope the person that you are going to end up with is the father of your child or the mother of your child. Therefore, when your children grow up, they would want to get married to people like you guys. I would love to have a relationship. I've always looked at my mom and my dad. They've been together for a very long time. They understand each other. I don't see them fighting often, and if it is, it's always dealt right there and right then. There's no mistreating one another. There's no silent movement. It's always smooth, and whatever they can do, they will do, whether for themselves or for us, and then they move on, and they always try to make themselves happy in a most honest way. So I wanted that kind of relationship. I finally have that relationship, and I thank God. And that relationship didn't come easily. However, we both work on it, and we have finally achieved that, and I'm thankful. And I'm thankful that I have my daughter to see that back and to share that. So stay true to yourself and to the person that you're being with, and don't fool anyone. That's it. That's my advice. It's a lot. What is your experience when you first moved to Canada? The first time we moved to Canada, honestly speaking, I hated everything, because first, I couldn't speak English properly. I have limited language skill. I don't even know how I got friends. Listen, my friends, all of us, we're from a different country. I don't know if you're aware, there's a class here in Toronto, in Canada, ESL, and those classes are for people who do not speak English well, and those are like a beginner class for first time English experience that you're getting in Canada. So you start from ABC to final level, and eventually when you complete until, I believe it's until ASL A to D, and once you get to D, then you'll be able to go to, your teacher will assist you and send you to academic or applied English, meaning a college level English or an university level English. So English was very, very challenging for me. So I literally asked my dad, please send me back home because I cannot do this and I would never ask you for anything. And he said, give it a year, and if you don't like it, then I will send you, no problem. So within that year, I kind of got used to the winter was over, summer is coming. I kind of start to like and everything and make friends, and eventually I loved it, and I learned English. I learned by reading books. I learned by watching CNN. I owned 2 CNN because I did a subtitle on our TV, and I was literally sitting and watching news and trying to pronounce every word to my best ability, trying to remove, you know, when they say you have accent, my accent was very thick at the moment. Now I have a different accent than what I did before. So it eventually happened, and I like it now. It's a best place for me to live, and I'm thankful for my parents for bringing me here, and now that I'm raising my kid over here. So it is challenging, especially when we come from a different country. For children, mostly we believe it's easier because they can easily adapt and they just have to go to school. They don't have to do anything. However, it's difficult. You get bullied from the way how you dress, the way how your hair is, how you are speaking English, a lot of things. It's very difficult. So for those parents who do have kids who are young, people from Ethiopia, I'm from Ethiopia, so when you first arrive, make sure you check on your children's progress at school. It should not always be, what are you getting? What are your grades? What are your grades? However, ask them how comfortable they're getting to know the school, and how comfortable are they when it comes to speaking English. That English should not be a measuring of your knowledge. I mean, it is a skill, but however, it cannot be how smart you are, because it's just a language. Let's say first people who speak English move to our country, would they be able to speak our language the way we do? No, they would have to work hard and learn. We have to see it that way. Therefore, don't put too much pressure on your children or yourself. Whatever you have to do, believe me, you put your time and effort, you will get there. So the English part was for me a no-no at the beginning. However, after that, I learned English. I finished high school, attended university and other colleges. I'm still going to school for some reason. I am addicted. So the English part was very difficult. In terms of weather, it's hit and miss. Some days there's winter, you just have to make your peace. You already know before you come here, there's winter, and those hot summer, and there's winter, and of course there's fall and spring. But that's my experience when I first moved here. If you could bring back 2 person from the dead, if you could bring back a person or 2 from the dead, who would you bring back? I would like to bring actually 3 people. First is, of course, my auntie and my grandmother. And then I would like to bring, because those people are very important people in my life, and I would love to have them and see me into the person I have become. And I would love that they would actually get to see everything in my life, the good and the bad and everything. And another person that I would think is, don't hate me, for those who do oppose him, late man and Gaddafi. I would like to have him because I believe that he was one of the best leaders we have in Africa. I think he had a great hope for his country and as well as the rest of the world, and I think it's a great loss. I wish he's still alive. Yeah, the next question: what's the best gift you ever received? This is kind of general. Materialistically, I love shoes, bag, perfume. I can never get enough of it. Apart from that, my daughter is the best gift I have ever received. She have changed my life for a better. I am a strong person because of her. I am independent because of her. I'm a hard-working person because of her. I keep pushing myself because of her. So every time I wanted to give up, every time that I think I had enough, and I look at her and I'm motivated, and I wanted to be that person. I have a daughter as a first child, so I am definitely going to be her role model. So when she look up to me, I want her to be able to feel comfortable and tackle any challenge that comes on her way, because I have overcome those things, and I did because of her and by grace of God. However, I want her to do things way better than I have accomplished, to go as far as she could in every way. So she's the best gift for me. What is the biggest fear you have overcome? Well, I have a fear on who's thinking what about me, and I have always tried to please people. I have always went out of my way to comfort and to be there, even when they're not there for me. And I worry they think less of me. I worry I'm not becoming the person they want me to become, or I disappoint them in everything that I do. This is from family to friends to complete strangers. And now at the age of 28, I simply don't care. I live for myself and for my family. And by the end of the day, before I hit my bed, or when I hit my bed, and close my eyes, that I am peace with myself, with God, and I have done my very best throughout the day to be the best version of myself. So who thinks what was my biggest fear. I wouldn't go out without looking good. I wouldn't go out without doing my hair and my makeup, dressing up, you know. Even going through the most stressful thing, I would never show that side of me. They would never be able to see the sad part of me, the crying part of me, the depressed part of me, the feared part of me, because I was worried they would think less of me. But now I'm able to go out without makeup. I would go out looking like a normal individual who's just going out to do a grocery, not to an event. So I am finally comfortable in my own skin, and I'm thankful for that. Really, it's the best thing God has ever done for me in giving me comfort on the person that I am. What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear will be, I feel like we're all brought to this world for a reason. We have a purpose. Whatever that purpose is, I hope I will find that purpose, and I will do what I'm supposed to be doing in a timely manner before I die. Hopefully I will complete that task. I hope that I have helped those who need help. I have helped myself when I needed one, I am there for my family and my friends and my neighbors, for anyone that who comes in contact with me, that I have a fulfilled life, hopefully. So wasting time is completely scary for me, because time goes out. We go out of time. We run out of time, and it's important to do certain things, not everything, but certain things according to our age. And I hope I am able to do those things, hopefully. What are you working on as a project, or what are you most excited about currently? I have actually two things, and the one thing is that I am working on a project, and the project is called BWAG, spelled as an abbreviation BEAWAGS. You can find it on Instagram and Facebook. It's very current, and that is for women and girls from Ethiopian background, to help them in every way, empowering women. Literally, that's what it is. The core idea is to empower women and girls. We do have communities, but we're not involved in that communities due to political reasons. So this is something that's way out of politics. This is strictly into empowering, or giving the power to women and girls into becoming the best version of themselves. Our service is starting very recently. We do a lot of things in there, from homework help to finding a job, doing a resume, helping you with immigration, such as citizenship test, a driver license test, a lot of things that are going through that project. So that's one thing. And the second thing that I am most excited is my daughter, who's currently 7 years old. Therefore, she's the only daughter we have. And recently we are having something that you would want to see, and that is a baby. So we are expecting a baby this winter, and I am very, very thankful for that. And that is a news that I have shared here with you guys. So those are the two things, and whether it's a boy or girl, I am very excited for my daughter being able to give her sibling. She's waited for a very long time, literally 7. By the time the baby comes, she's almost gonna be 8 years old. So literally, this is a miracle, and I thank God, and I hope everything goes well according to God's blessing. The other questions I have is, you have been through a lot of things as a young woman. How did you overcome those challenges? And how do you motivate us? I mean, as a young people, we all have a very challenging time in our life. If you have never been challenged or went out of your lane, you must be sleeping, or your youth, it didn't happen, or your young adult age didn't happen. You were in under some cave. So whatever it is, I'll tell you what, it will never last. It has its own time, and it will run its course, and it will be over. Your situation, your problem, what happened to you will never ever have the power to define who you are. Only you have the power in who you are. Don't let things that happened to you a year ago, yesterday, 5 years ago, 10 years ago to define you. Don't let it have that much power. For as long as we have our health, that it doesn't stop us from doing things physically or mentally, we can go on. Life goes on, and we have to go on. We have to keep pushing. We can't let that person or that situation stop us from becoming who we wanted to become before the thing happened to us. So and and stick to the God that you believe in, whatever that is. There's always a higher power. So for me, I prayed a lot. God, I make God literally my best friend. This is not out of disrespect. This is out of respect. Literally, he's the one that I turn to no matter what. I've never said why me, but I have said, can it go faster? Can you please give me the grace to finish it? Can you please help me learn what I need to learn from this so it can go on fast and I can learn what I need to learn from this and keep going. And I'm grateful. I have been raised into a household that believes in God, that believes in praying. My mother have always said, I don't have a brother and sister and a father and a world that I will give to you or ask you to depend on, but I will give you God. He's been there for me and he will definitely be there for you. So that message literally stayed with me throughout all time, and I have survived those things. People will talk, whether you have done something good or bad. People will always have something to say, and you just have to know that it could be difficult, but you can challenge it and overcome it literally, and it will pass, and you will go on, and one day you will look back and you say, what was I thinking? Or, oh my God, I used to feel that way for things like that. Not anymore. You know, every situation gives us the strength to move on, make us the best person in our life, and we learn from our mistakes. We learn from what we need to learn. And the best thing is that if I was there a year ago, 10 years ago, or yesterday, and excuse me, I am going to see someone who's gonna have that problem or something like that, I have to be able to help that person from entering that situation. If I am not thinking that way, if I'm not programmed that way after all those things, then I haven't learned anything. Then I'm a horrible person who wishes the worst thing for other people. Then my lesson is nothing. So save yourself, ask God for help, and then save others when you finally overcome it. So and in that way, even in the future, the way we think, the way we do things will definitely be different, and we will definitely come out stronger than ever before. So that's my message for you, child, that you have struggled to break free from as an adult now. This is very tough. As a child, I was always told to be thankful and grateful for people who give me their time, their money, or anything, and that because a certain individual hasn't been in my life, I should be grateful for that. So growing up, every time I meet someone, whether that's in a relationship or just as a friendship or at work and anywhere, I have held into that and felt like they owe me something. And I didn't think until recently they did something, a genuinely thing or a favor for me because they chose so, because it's a human thing to do. I have given it so much credit, almost more than what it deserves, and I have been tied down for that favor, for that kindness for the rest of my life. So when that person goes on crazy on me or mistreat me or in any form make me feel less of myself, I would always have excuse. Maybe it's because of me, maybe because I say this, maybe because I say that, and I will always blame myself instead of solving that and saying, you know what, enough is enough. This is bugging me too much. I am sorry, I can't do this. Instead, I keep going and going and going until I lose myself. And I have learned that very recently, and I'm still working on it. It's still work in progress. But that is the one thing that I'm really still have a challenge in it. My questions are done. The rest is literally a whole amount of a topic suggestion. I want to thank everyone for doing this, and I wanted to give you a little background on where I am from. I am from Ethiopia. I was born in Ethiopia and grew up there until the age of 13. Then I moved to Canada, and I've been living in Toronto for the longest time. I have moved around for school, and I am back in Toronto right now. I have learned, just like everyone else, English from scratch. English is a language that I think you would continue to learn. It's never something that you're gonna finish it and say, okay, yeah, I got it, I know this every word and we're done. It's never something like that. So don't let English be your red light stop point. Every day we're learning, every day we're challenging ourselves. So keep going, keep pushing yourself. I was born in Arbamint. Arbamint is a very beautiful place. If you're in Ethiopia, you better go visit. The fish, the fruit, the people, it is just amazing, and the nature is breathtaking. So go visit. If you are outside of Ethiopia and you're decided one day to go to Ethiopia, please go visit it. It's worth your visit, literally, from the view. Like I wish I could literally show you. So please do Google it and go on YouTube and find the videos on our Brahmins. Shout out to our Brahmins. I love you. I miss you. I hope to visit you one day. To all the guys and the girls in our Brahmins, you guys are an amazing people, an amazing individual. My old friends, I never forget you. I will always have you in the back of my head, and I hope you are where you wanted to be, and I hope we keep in touch. And I love everyone, and thank you so much for watching. This is my first video. There are a lot of videos coming bi-weekly, so every Wednesday 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time I'll be posting. I'll be covering so many topics. I will have research, I will have guests on my show. I will be covering from health and wellness to food to educational background to every background there is. I will cover it, and I hope that you will enjoy what I post and you will interact with me. And I'm thankful for you for inviting me to your home and to your phones and tablets and TV, whatever form that you're watching. Stay tuned. This is Eyerus on YouTube channel. Thank you and have a good evening.